In How to Read Literature Like a Professor, Chapter 1, every quest is a trip. Inman is on a quest like Odysseus. Inman takes the place of the hero, Ada is the princess, and the home guards are the villain in the story. In Cold Mountain, page 23, the quote says, "So he held to the idea of another world, a better place, and he figured he might as well consider Cold Mountain to be the location of its anywhere."
In Chapter 6 of How to Read Literature Like a Professor, or the Bible, it's pretty much talking about how all pieces of literature have some reference to the Bible, or to Jesus, or God. And in Cold Mountain, Inman is seen many times sinning against God and nature. He is tempted to kill in order to survive and out of desperation. His last-ditch effort for all situations is to kill. And at the end of the story, he explains that he does not associate his sins with any of the 7 deadly sins, but instead associates his sin with regret. He had not eaten bear of such youth before, and though the meat was less black and greasy than that of older bear, it still tasted nevertheless like sin. He tried to name which of the deadly 7 might apply, and when he had failed, he decided to opinionate regret. And that's on page 256.
In Chapter 9 of How to Read Literature Like a Professor, the chapter is called It's More Than Just Rain or Snow. The snow shows like a relaxing and calmness in the characters of Cold Mountain. In addition, the snow can also show like a threat or danger to Inman. And the snow could also foreshadow a threat of Inman's death. On page 423 of Cold Mountain, it states, "The next day dawned gray and colder yet. The snow no longer spilled hard out of the sky in fat flakes. It came down soft and fine like ground cornmeal falling from between milestones. They all slept late, and Inman took breakfast in the woman's hut, turkey broth with shreds of turkey in it. This shows the calmness and relaxing stuff that the characters are going through."
In chapter 19 of How to Read Literature Like a Professor, Geography Matters, characters and pieces of literature will frequently travel to different locations only to find that their own impression of the area was merely an image of their own heart or mind. The places and small towns that Inman visits are filled with filthiness and crowds. This showed that Inman's heart could be filled with filthiness because of the effects of the war. A quote we found about this from Cold Mountain was, "Inman had pointed out to Swimmer that he had climbed Cold Mountain to its top, and Piggish and Mount Sterling as well. Mountains did not get much higher than those, and Inman had seen no upper realm from its summits." This is on page 23, and basically it's saying, even though he thought that he traveled to the very tip of the world and could not see a heaven, basically.
Space. Way up here in outer space, come with me another time, another place.